Even the police stopped investigating that place alone. The last delivery I ever made should have been impossible. I know people say that a lot before telling a creepy story online, but I mean impossible in the most literal sense. I used to work for a food delivery app. Nothing exciting. Just long hours, cheap tips, and a car that constantly sounded like it was about to die. Most deliveries were boring. Families ordering dinner. College kids ordering too much fast food. Night shift workers, grabbing something before work. The routine became automatic after a while. Pick up food, drive, drop off, repeat. The night everything happened was a Thursday. It had been raining since the afternoon, not a storm. Just that steady, cold rain that makes everything look gray and empty. Business was slow. Around 10:30 p.m., I was considering ending my shift. Then a large order came through. The payout was unusually high. Almost triple what I'd normally make on a single run. I figured it was my lucky night. I accepted it. The pickup was from a local barbecue restaurant. The order itself was huge, enough food for at least 6 people. Several meals, drinks, sides, desserts. The restaurant employee even joked about it. Somebody's having a party. I laughed and loaded everything into insulated bags. Then I checked the delivery address. It looked normal. No strange notes, no special instructions, just an address and a pin on the map. The destination was farther out than most deliveries, a rural area, a place where roads became narrower and houses became less frequent. Still, nothing unusual. I started driving. About 20 minutes later I noticed something odd. The navigation kept recalculating, not constantly, just enough to be annoying. The route would shift slightly, then shift back, then change again. I assumed it was poor signal. That happened all the time in rural areas. Eventually the road became gravel, then dirt, then a narrow lane cutting through thick woods. At that point, I considered turning around. Not because I was scared, because the road looked terrible. Mud, potholes, no streetlights, no signs of life. But the payout was too good, so I kept going. After another 5 minutes, I saw a mailbox. No number, no name, just an old rusted mailbox leaning sideways. The GPS announced, "Arrived!" I looked around. Nothing. No house, no driveway, no lights, just trees. I checked the address again. Correct. I refreshed the app. Same location. I drove slowly forward. Then I noticed something. A narrow path disappearing between the trees. If you weren't looking carefully, you'd miss it completely. The GPS pin sat directly at the end of that path. I stared at it for a moment. Something about it felt wrong. Most rural houses have signs of life. Vehicles, lights, fences, garbage cans, something. This place had nothing, just darkness. I should have contacted support. Instead, I grabbed the food. The payout flashed in my head again. I started walking. The path curved through the woods. The deeper I went, the quieter everything became. No insects, no wind, no distant traffic. Just silence, and the sound of my shoes in wet mud. Then I saw the house. It appeared so suddenly that I actually stopped walking. 1 second there were only trees. The next second the house was there, large. Old, dark, sitting in a clearing. I don't know how to explain it. It felt less like I found the house and more like the house appeared when I got close enough. There were no lights on except one, a faint yellow glow from an upstairs window. I remember staring at that window, because I thought I saw movement, someone watching me. Then the shape disappeared. I approached the front porch. The boards creaked under my weight. The house looked neglected, not abandoned, just forgotten. The paint was peeling, the windows were dirty. The porch railings leaned slightly, yet somehow someone had ordered nearly $100 worth of food. I knocked. Nothing. I knocked again. Still nothing. Then I heard footsteps, heavy footsteps, moving toward the door. The door opened. A man stood there. Maybe mid-30s. Dark hair, thin face, tired eyes, normal looking, completely normal. And for some reason that made me feel better. I handed him the bags, he smiled. Appreciate it. His voice sounded exhausted, like he hadn't slept properly in weeks. I turned to leave. Then he said something strange. "You're the first one that's actually found us." I looked back. "What?" He gave a small shrug. "Most drivers cancel." I laughed awkwardly. "Yeah, the GPS wasn't great." His smile faded. That's usually how it starts. I remember feeling confused. What starts? For a second, it looked like he wanted to say something. Then another voice came from deeper inside the house. A woman, sharp, urgent. "Who's at the door?" The man's expression changed instantly. Fear. Not concern. Fear. He stepped backward. "Nothing." The voice came again. "Who is it?" The man looked directly at me, and quietly said, "You should go." Then he shut the door. The whole interaction lasted maybe 30 seconds. I walked back toward my car, trying to figure out what had just happened. Something felt off. Not dangerous, just weird. The kind of interaction you replay later because it doesn't quite make sense. I reached my car, opened the app, completed delivery, and froze. The order vanished. Not completed. Vanished. No record. No payout. Nothing. As if I'd never accepted it. I refreshed. Still nothing. I checked earnings. No payment. No delivery history. Nothing. I figured it was an app glitch. Those happened occasionally. I started driving home. The next morning I contacted support. They couldn't find the order either. The representative kept apologizing. According to their system, that delivery never existed. No customer, no address, no order, nothing. I became irritated. I knew what I delivered. I had spent nearly an hour on it. Eventually support gave me a courtesy payment and ended the conversation. I should have forgotten about it. Most people would have. But 3 days later, I saw the man's face again. Not in person. On a missing persons poster. I was grabbing coffee before work. The poster hung on a bulletin board near the entrance. I almost walked past it. Then I recognized him. Same face, same tired eyes, same man who answered the door. I stopped immediately. The date made my stomach drop. Missing for 2 years and 8 months. At first, I assumed it was a coincidence. People look alike. It happens. But the more I stared at the photo, the more certain I became. It was him. No question. The same man. I took a picture of the poster, then spent the entire day trying to convince myself I was mistaken. That night, curiosity got the better of me. I searched his name online. News articles appeared. Missing. No leads. No suspects. No sightings. Family still searching. Case unresolved. I kept staring at the photographs. It was him. I contacted the number listed on the poster. A woman answered. She introduced herself as his sister. I immediately felt ridiculous. How do you explain something like that? Hi, I think I delivered food to your missing brother. Even saying it sounded insane. But I told her everything. There was a long silence. Then she asked, "Can we meet?" The next day we met in a coffee shop. I showed her the delivery location on my phone history. She showed me family photos. Every doubt disappeared. The man from the house was her brother. Without question, she started crying. I honestly wished I had never called, because I could see hope returning to her face, and I wasn't sure I could help. The police got involved shortly afterward. An investigator interviewed me. I explained everything. The road, the house, the delivery, the conversation, everything. He listened carefully, then asked me to show him the location. So I did. 3 days later, we drove there. 2 police vehicles, an investigator, a deputy, and me. The road was easy to find. The rusted mailbox was still there. The woods were still there. But the path was gone. Completely gone. No clearing. No tire marks. No house. Nothing. Just dense forest. The investigator thought I was mistaken. I insisted I wasn't. We searched for hours. Nothing. No foundation. No utility lines. No debris. No evidence a house had ever existed. That's when things should have ended, but they didn't. Because that night I received a phone call from an unknown number. I answered. At first there was only static. Then a voice. A man's voice. Quiet. Weak. Familiar. It was him. The man from the house. I don't have much time. Those were the first words he said. My entire body went cold. I couldn't speak. He continued. You shouldn't have come back. I finally managed. Where are you? There was a pause. Then, I don't know anymore. The call lasted less than a minute. He sounded terrified, confused, as if he'd been awake for days. Before disconnecting, he said one final thing, something that still keeps me awake. There are more people here now. The line went dead. Police traced the number. It didn't exist. Literally. No carrier. No registration. Nothing. The call had no identifiable origin, at least according to what they told me. Weeks passed. Then months. Life slowly returned to normal. I stopped delivering food, not because of fear, because I couldn't stop thinking about that house. Every delivery notification made me uneasy. Every unfamiliar address bothered me. Eventually I found another job. I moved on, or at least I tried to. Then 6 months later, I received an envelope. No return address, no postage markings, just my name. Inside was a photograph, a dining room, a long table, several people sitting together. The lighting was dim. The image looked old, almost decades old. At first, I didn't understand what I was looking at. Then I noticed something. Every person at the table was listed as missing, not just the man, all of them. Faces I'd seen in news articles, databases, posters, cases from different years, different places, different circumstances, all sitting together, eating dinner. On the back of the photograph, someone had written a single sentence. Thank you for the delivery. I immediately turned everything over to police. The photograph was analyzed, the paper was modern, the ink was modern, but investigators couldn't determine where it came from. And here's the part I never tell people. The part I kept to myself. Because it sounds completely insane. In the far corner of the photograph, partially hidden by darkness, someone was standing in a doorway, watching the table, watching the camera, watching everyone. At first I thought it was just another person. Then, I zoomed in, and realized I was looking at myself. The clothes matched what I wore the night of the delivery, the same jacket, the same baseball cap, the same shoes. Standing there, inside that house, as if I'd been there much longer than I remembered. I don't know what happened that night. Maybe there's an explanation. Maybe I drove somewhere else. Maybe somebody staged everything. Maybe my memory failed. Maybe the photograph was fake. Maybe all of it was.